Burning out is probably the best thing that you can do if you want to actually get results in language learning. And so, who am I to tell you this? Well, I'm Ivan. I've been studying English for 4 years, Japanese for 2 years. And since I am a calisthenics athlete, I help people who think they have ADHD to study more than 3 to 4 hours on a daily basis a language. And so, the first point that we're going to be talking about is why this mindset of, okay, I'm going to burn out actually helps you. And so, the first thing is that 99% of people don't know their freaking limits. I'm telling you, this is just how it works. 99% of people don't know that they can study for more than 5 hours on a daily basis, and they can really start doing that same thing of studying a language for 5 hours from literally the next week. If you start literally, if you do everything I'm going to tell you in this video, the next week you're going to be studying like literally at least 3 hours. If you have the time available, of course. If you don't have the freaking time available, don't come to me and say, okay, I'm not able to see a language. No. This is a video for people who literally procrastinate. So if you don't procrastinate issues that you don't have the time, then make as well sure that you make the freaking time. Okay? So that this is really not for you. But the first point is, okay, you have to burn out. If you burn out, you will not know your limits. Okay? And so the first action step that I will tell you here is study language for at least 7 hours to 6 hours. And you will not try to maintain that daily, obviously, right? You will not try to maintain it. But the thing that you will do is, okay, I will study for 6 hours. It doesn't matter if you have to take breaks that day. You study for like 3 hours, 5 hours, maybe 7 hours. And you will notice, okay, I can't maintain this, but the next day you will reduce the amount to 6 hours to 5 hours. And then you will say, okay, I can't maintain this either. And then you will try to do 4 hours and 30 minutes, and you will say, oh, I actually can maintain 4 hours and 30 minutes. But then you were studying 2 days ago, you were literally fucking studying just what? 1 hour, 2 hours. Just because you didn't want to get burnout. When you don't want to get burnout, you literally avoid getting yourself progress. Because if you don't get burned, if you don't know your limits, you're literally limiting yourself right now. And that's the reason why you don't get as much progress as someone who studies the language for 8 hours daily. You probably ask yourself every day how people are able to actually study a language for 10 hours, 12 hours. First, probably they don't have a life and that okay, this is going to sound kind of offensive, but like this is just how it works. They are prioritizing that same motive because they don't have anything else to do in their life, right? They don't have friends. Maybe they have friends, but like that's not a point. They don't have people to talk that much with. They don't have anything like a work or something, and they are just basically prioritizing that just fucking goal, right? And because of this, they basically are concentrated in every second of their day on the task that they have to do. Because if they don't do that, well, they may as well just kind of die, honestly. And this is the same with whatever goal that you should have. That's why if you have more than one goal, it's honestly kind of painful to be able to prioritize that one, like those two goals or those three goals, because you are going to have your thoughts spread all over the way. And so it's kind of honestly not really good to have more than one goal. And so what happens when you don't use this mindset? When you don't use this mindset, you're going to be the person who literally says, oh, I don't do that because I will burn out. I don't do that because I just don't want to study for more than 3 hours. Like this is just a hobby or something like that, right? You're going to be that type of person. And so there's not a problem being that type of person as long as it is a hobby. But I'm going to tell you something. If you're going to do something, you make as well like just get progress on that thing. Like you have the time, probably you have the time. It's just that you watch TikTok, you watch Instagram, you and you probably watch I don't know even porn. You probably play video games with your friends. When in reality, if you're the type of person who literally just does this one thing, of course, I'm not telling you to like live your friends, live your work. No, I literally go to the gym. I have a social life in the gym. I have a social life inside of like speaking English with people. I have a social life speaking Spanish with people. And so, yeah, not going to tell you, okay, be a retard and use it to the freaking language. No, right? But like things that actually don't really have a benefit to you, which is playing video games, probably, playing watching TikTok, watching Instagram, like these kinds of things don't really have a benefit to you. And so if they don't have a benefit to you, you may as well replace it with something that actually has a benefit to you, which is basically just fucking studying a language. Okay? Right? And when you do that, you will notice, okay, it is much more fun and productive because you are actually doing something that will improve your life to study a language instead of fucking playing a video game, right? Instead of fucking watching porn. Okay, probably watching porn and having it's like really fun right now for you, but like you probably feel depressed after you've absent. So yeah, maybe you make as well make sure that you replace that thing. Honestly, okay, how to properly use this mindset. And so there's people who will use this mindset like literally every day of the month and they will try to burn out every day. No, I'm telling you, like a maximum, you should burn out maximum one time every month. But like I recommend like the amount of you burning out, I recommend it like one time every 3 months. Like 3 months is just the perfect amount of time probably to make an amount of progress. And so if you're going to burn out, please make sure that it's just one time every 3 months. And so you basically don't end up killing yourself or something, right? And why, when do you know that it should be enough and you shouldn't be getting burned out anymore? So basically, if you are studying more, if you're capable of studying already more than 10 hours on a daily basis, or 8 hours, or even 6 hours, depending on your goals, I'm going to tell you to you like get burned out and just keep studying. Now your goal is not getting burned out. Now your goal is making sure that those 6 hours that you study language, those 8 hours that you study language are really fun and you're not basically going to leave, going to basically stop doing that thing, right? Because one of the things that happened to me was that okay, now I'm able to see 8 hours, but like I kind of hate it, and so I'm going to more into the phase of into this phase of like okay, I'm going to study 6 hours, I'm going to study 8 hours, but now I will make sure that those 8 hours are really enjoyable. And this doesn't mean that you will watch TikTok. This doesn't mean that you will watch Instagram. So it's something of like, okay, I'm going to make sure that if I'm going to talk in Japanese or I'm going to study in Japanese, okay, maybe I watch some anime, but like not for that much. I'm going to really study some type of really efficient, like, um, speaking in which I don't know how to talk about the topic. Maybe I don't know how to make this sentence or this grammar pattern. And I'm going to do it with music. I'm going to do it with someone, right? And so that's how you make things fun, right? Of course, there's a point in which if you do something for more than 4 hours, it's not really going to be fun. But at least, if you go with that mindset of okay, I'm going to make this fun, right? It will be way more fun than if you weren't that if you basically weren't using that mindset. So that's it for a video. Make sure that you leave a like, subscribe, follow those things. Bye.